SwitchEasy has been making cases for the iPhone for quite some time, and these are the latest cases for the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. There's 5 different kinds here, but they all do come with included screen protectors to help with more full protection. So starting off with the thinnest of the bunch, we have the Nude Series. It comes in quite a few different colors and is 0.8mm thin. It's a rigid case and has a nice grip and still gives you access to all the buttons and ports. You wouldn't get drop protection from a case like this, but it will protect from scratches and scuffs. Unlike a lot of cases like this, the Nude Series wraps around the entire phone, so you don't have gaps at the top or the bottom, and even though it's so thin, it hasn't broken or bent, unlike some other cases that we have tested. This case is $20 US, and if you want thin protection from scratches, this could be a good option. The next case is the Number Series. This again comes in a few different colors and is a thin TPU case that covers the entire phone. It's a seamless design all around with no real lines or breaks, and even though it's thin, it should still give you protection from small drops. SwitchEasy also has something they call Native Touch built in. Basically, it's just their way of saying that the buttons are very clicky, and they are, but it's definitely not a reason why you should get this case over others. What is a reason though is if you want a colorful case that is thin but offers more protection against bumps and drops, and it's cheaper than the Nude, coming in at $15. Now, moving on to the next case, we have the N Plus series. You get that same large variety of colors, and this case is very similar to the Number series in the way it fits the phone. It's made of TPU, but instead of having a normal TPU back, it has a glossy back. It also has those same clicky buttons, and all the ports are accessible. Now, one issue with glossy cases is how easily they scratch, leaving your good-looking case looking old. SwitchEasy says that they fixed this by making the back resistant to scratches from keys or coins. So to test this, we took a brand new case that was scratch-free and subjected it to some relatively normal coin and key use. After tossing it around for a bit without applying any pressure at all, just in the bag itself, the case stood up extremely well without any noticeable scratches. But then we placed a bit of pressure, something that you might experience if it's in a bag, and there was definitely scratches all over the back. They weren't huge scratches, but they were definitely noticeable. So even though it does hold up better than some, it's definitely not scratch-proof like SwitchEasy says. But besides that, this case does still protect the phone just like the Number series did, but if you prefer that glossy back, this one might be the one to get, and it comes in at $20 US. Next up, we have the Aero series. The idea here is to get the lightest case possible while still having protection on the case. You get a ton of different colors here also, and the case around is very similar to the Numbers case, but on the back you have a very thin layer that protects from scratches. The result is a remarkably light case. It only adds 12 grams, and when it's actually on the phone, it's almost unnoticeable. It still adds some bulk in terms of size, but this is one of the lightest cases that we have tested, and it will still give you some protection against drops. Not quite as much on the back of the phone, but around the edges, your phone should still survive. It's $20 US, and if minimal bulk is what you want, this could be a good option. Lastly is the Play series. This is essentially the same case as the Aero, but it has a built-in kickstand and comes with a wrist strap. This case only comes in 2 colors, but if you want a kickstand and you don't want the extra bulk that a kickstand usually adds, this case could be a good option. Or if you're being active and you want something that has a little bit more protection against dropping it, the wristband this comes with might be useful. It has all the same protection that the Aero has, and the kickstand is strong even for the size of it, although it only works in one position. It's only $5 more than the Aero, so if a kickstand or wrist strap are important to you, it may be worth it. So those are some of the cases for the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus from SwitchEasy. They are all relatively inexpensive, and all fit the phone extremely well, and depending on the level of protection that you want, you can find something that works. The advertising that SwitchEasy uses for these cases isn't necessarily true all the time, but in terms of actually protecting the phone, they all work very well. If you want to learn more about these or pick some up for yourself, you can visit SwitchEasy.com. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, be sure to subscribe to see more videos and visit MacRumors.com for the latest Apple news. My name is Matt Gonzalez with MacRumors, and we will see you in the next one.